I first met Lily back in college, and at first I honestly never expected our relationship to last. She was a quiet girl, pretty insecure and shy, and guys almost never noticed her. She had a way of blending into the background like a timid little mouse. Initially, I didn't even love her. All I wanted was to add another conquest to my list. But then she began to change. She signed up for the gym, started going to beauty salons more often, and within a year she was unrecognizable. That plain. Ugly Duckling had blossomed into a genuine beauty, someone who caught the eye of everyone around her. I took full credit for it, secretly feeling proud of myself. My buddies envied me, saying I'd snagged her back when she was innocent, and that I'd taught her a thing or two you don't even see in most adult films. She, for her part, turned out to be both insatiable and adorably sweet, and I realized I had zero interest in looking for anyone else. After graduation, I proposed to her, and a year later, I became a father. Our relationship didn't change a bit. We still loved each other deeply, and we respected each other's personal space. I had total confidence she was faithful to me. The thought of her cheating never even crossed my mind. I mean, she spent every spare minute taking care of our daughter, teaching her new things, and whenever our little one was at daycare, Lily worked hard on all the household chores, which were definitely not few in number. But she was fantastic at it. While a bunch of our friends and neighbors ended up getting divorced, that idea never even crossed our minds. We were genuinely happy day after day. People around us would ask how we managed to stay so in love over the years, and we just give them cryptic answers. There really was no big secret. You just have to love each other. Once we took out a mortgage, Lily had to start working too. She found a job in an all-women environment, and she'd often come home looking utterly drained, venting about the thrills of working in a den of snakes. I felt sorry for her, so I'd give her little chances to escape that grind, like sending her and our daughter off on trips to different corners of the world. As lonely as I felt when they were gone, I never once blamed her for needing to get away. Over time, Lily changed. She got calmer and eventually stopped fighting with the women at work. Right before big holidays, they'd hold office parties, and after a while, that atmosphere in her team started improving. So this one time, just before New Year's, she told me there was going to be a work get-together. I saw nothing wrong with that, so I let her go have fun. She put on a dress so short I actually commented on it, but she just grinned and reminded me I was the one who picked it out for her in the store. Gotta say, over the years, she'd become even more stunning, her figure more womanly, and men's attention followed her wherever she went. Since it was all women in her office, I didn't see any reason to make her change. I said goodbye and told her I expected her back by 10 o'clock. She said she'd be home by 10, but I gave her an extra hour, told her she could stay out until 11. Let her enjoy herself, right? After she left, I helped our daughter with her homework, periodically checking the clock. At 10 on the dot, Lily called to say everything was great. They were having a blast. I was glad for her and gave a friendly reminder she'd be home soon. But 11 came and went, and she didn't appear. That got me mad, because she'd never done something like this before. It was the first time Lily ever broke a promise. I kept calling her nonstop, but got no answer, which cranked up my anger another. Not where was she partying exactly and with whom? After I tucked our daughter into bed, I lay there, tossing around a million thoughts. A couple of hours later, my phone finally rang. Lily scolded me, asking why I was calling so often. From the sound of her voice alone, I could tell she was wasted. In the background, I heard men's voices, and my blood practically boiled. I demanded she come home immediately, but she only giggled. I was yelling into the phone so loudly I woke my daughter, who got really scared. So I had to end the call, hoping Lily would show up soon. I was very, very wrong. At 5 in the morning, she called again to say she was catching a cab. I'd been staring out the window all night, so half an hour later, I spotted her getting out of a super high-end car. I knew right away those fancy rides aren't actual taxis, so it had to be some guy's ride. A guy she'd been partying with. I could see from the way she walked that she was totally hammered. But that wasn't even the worst part, not compared to what came next. When I opened the door, she looked a complete mess. Hair all over the place, torn stockings. Her appearance just used up. I lost it and gave her a little shove right then and there. Then I noticed a hickey on her neck. After I pulled myself together, I started demanding an explanation. She could barely stay on her feet, so all I got was a slurred statement that she'd been having fun. Her disheveled appearance told me she'd probably been entertained all night, maybe by more than one man. I had no idea how to handle any of this. It had never even crossed my mind she'd go that far. Right then, our daughter woke up, but I wouldn't let her near Lily. My wife didn't even see our daughter. She was on autopilot, heading for the bathroom. After that chaos, she passed out and slept the entire next day. I spent that time feeling lost, wondering how to handle things, realizing I was the one who'd basically given her permission to go party. My mom has always been my go-to for good advice, so my first instinct was to call her Dot. She usually preaches peace in our household and always told me I had the best wife in the world. This sweet, innocent girl. But the second I told her what happened, I could sense her entire perspective flip. She was as shocked as I was. After talking to Mom, I decided to file for divorce because the infidelity was undeniable. Later that day, I went straight to the courthouse. By the time I got back, Lily had finally woken up. She was hungover, but trying to redeem herself in my eyes. I asked her point blank if she'd cheated on me. She nodded and fell at my feet, begging forgiveness. I leapt away like she was on fire, realizing I no longer saw her as my wife. She knew exactly how I felt about cheating, but she went and did it anyway. I could tell she felt awful and ashamed, but I felt pure disgust. I didn't care to hear a single word of her excuses. To my surprise, our daughter sided with me, saying she wanted to live with me after the divorce. That was a huge relief. She was only 10, but more clear-headed than I'd ever expected. Honestly, I was glad she wouldn't be stuck living with Lily because who knows how that might have messed with her upbringing. I was ready to start a new life, so the first thing I did was move to another city. Where I had an apartment of my own. My daughter quickly found new friends and never even seemed to miss our old town. As for my now ex-wife, she drifted from man to man, apparently deciding this was the ideal time to rack up more experience in the bedroom. Looks like that was the path she chose, and that's how my story ends, guys. Thanks for listening. If you got something out of this, feel free to like and share. Take care.